Good morning to this Monday morning's mixed media piece. And today it is week, let me see, 5. I made to 23 in the old book, and I have done 2 spreads since. That is 24, 25. Now it must be 26. Sorry. But it really doesn't matter. But I have been preparing a little ahead here because this is where I left you last. So I have glued these 2 pages together here, and I have painted this black, and I just painted the border black here because I want to work on a piece of watercolor paper and then glue it in. And I want to do an abstract landscape of some kind, and what I will do over here I don't know yet. It depends on how long time this will take me, but we will see. So that is the plan for today, making an abstract landscape using my jelly plate, using some stencils and using some tissue paper with prints on and some mark making. But yeah, that is it. But I will put a link below in the description box for you, and there is a link to the playlist with this series of Monday mornings mixed media pieces. And there also is a video on how I altered my little green book. And I think when I started this book here, there's also a very short version of how I put fabric on this old cookbook. So look at that if you want to see that. So and of course I want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. My name is Lisbeth, and then I can really speak today. That is so awful, but I'm an abstract mixed media artist who likes to do all sorts of things. I like to jelly print. I like to make collages in both fabric and paper. And I like slow stitching, and I like embroidery, and yeah, all sorts of things. So if you're into that, you have come to the right channel, and a warm welcome to you. Yeah, just a little. I'm Danish, so excuse me for my very incomplete English. So I don't think I want to say anything more here today. Not today, I want to say more today, but not right now. I think we should start here on this abstract landscape. But I will put this book away and concentrate on the substrate here. Substrate, I have cut it out in 24 centimeters by 24 centimeters because the book is 26 by 26 centimeters, and I like a border around. And I can see there are some smushing here, but that doesn't matter because I will cover it in a little while. And I will be using my jelly plate for making some stripy things, and then print them over here, and then do some collaging and some mark making. And you can see I have my jelly plate sitting on this plexiglass plate, and it sucks down by itself. I haven't done anything. And the smart thing is you can turn it around and do it this way, and then have your paper lying there, and then you can print a small section of it if that is what you want. And that is what I want to do today. So for now I will take a piece of copy paper, and I will just tear some lines, and I will just put it there. And I think I want to put some blue at the top, and I have some Payne's gray here, and there's a big blob sitting there. Away with that. And I don't need much paint for this. And I will just roll it out here. And perhaps make some small marks. This is a net from some garlic, I think. Nothing fancy about that. And then I will remove this piece here. And then I will take my paper, remove this, and lie this down. Turn it upside down here. And then I will place it. And I know I go over the sides, but that doesn't matter. I will just hit my under paper. But like this here. And then I can turn it around again and just not to get my fingers dirty, I can remove this. But it doesn't matter if the backside gets smushy. So let it lift it up, and you can see that wasn't much coming up there. So perhaps we can take a little white here. And lift that up. And I think I perhaps will go a little under where I had paint already. And then I can see if I can put some marks in there. Like that. And again, turn it upside down. And place it. And again, turn it up the right side. And hopefully a little more of the blue will come up, but if not, we can always do it again. It is a little different to print on watercolor paper than it is to print on copy paper. But yeah, something like this. And I can see I'm missing something up there, so perhaps I will just take a blue line here and just dab it there. Yeah. You could see now I'm doing it the other way around. Something like this. That looks sky-like. I think I would just slightly do it again here. Yeah, that is a nice sky, I think. So I will let this dry and see what else to do. I have teared another piece of paper and laid these two papers down here, and I just want a small strip of some turquoise spot here, and I will just roll it off on here. Like this. Oh, here. That looks just yummy, this piece here. But I will remove these here, and you can see now there's just this small strip sitting there. And let me see if I can hit it here on somewhere. I think I'll go for this. And turn it around and give it a good squeeze here. Sorry if my table is spinning. Yeah. That was nice. But I think, yeah, there's still a little something sitting there. And away with that. And just roll a little on here. So that is fine. Away with these two bits there. So now I think I want something black here. And again, let me see. This is where this was sitting. So yeah, and I think I had to do it the opposite way. My mind can figure that out, but I would just think and be back. I don't know if that is correct, but it will be like this. My mind can figure that out. I think I should have saved the space where there was no paper. So I will just roll a little black out here. And then I have this stencil. That's there and there. I think that is fine. And again, roll my stencil off here and remove these two parts. Perhaps it had been easier if I had taken my paper and torn it into the strips all the way down. Then I could have removed one strip at a time. It would have fitted. But it is so easy to be wise while you're working. And again, I will take this and let me see. I think I will go for here. And turn it around again. And now it is beginning to get smooshy on the back, and that doesn't matter. Yeah, that is some lovely marks there. I really like them. But this is sitting there, so I want to remove this before we go further with this. Again, I have patched this off, so I have a small stripe here, and then I have this green pale thing here. that into this and remove these two. And again, I think perhaps I'm putting too little paint on here because of this is watercolor paper and not normal copy paper. So that is why perhaps there isn't coming all the paint off. Yeah, I like it. But I will continue doing the same all the way down here, and then I will start to do some collaging and some mark making. But because I think you know what I'm doing now. So now I have a base layer, and it isn't quite, it isn't strong, the colors here. And there's a lot of the paper is peeking up through. And I think it's because I have not put enough paint on my plate. Because it's watercolor paper, it obviously needs a little more paint. But never mind, I want to work further with this piece here. And I have this very small brayer, and I think perhaps I will see if I can make some marks. Here is my... I have a small jelly plate here beside me, and I will see if I can... Yeah, before I do it on my piece, I think I will see if... Yeah, marks like this, perhaps. So give it a little more. And right here, I think I really want more. Here, like this. Yeah, that looks fine now, I think. And perhaps we can get it really dark up here in this corner here. And here. It's a night sky or a storm before the storm hits someplace. Yeah, I think I like that. And I will just flip this over. Yeah. And then I have a nearly clean plate. But perhaps we can push it down here and see if it gives something. Yeah. That was... where is my... palette knife to make some marks here in it. You can always use a skewer if you don't have a palette knife. So I like it until here. Then there's this part, and when I pulled it up, I liked it, and I still do, but I think it's a little too vain. So when I was cleaning my plate, this piece here came off, and I think I want to use that instead. So I will tear this out and see if that doesn't look better. This is a nice thing about working this way. You can always put more layers and layers and layers on by jelly printing or collaging and whatever you fancy to put on until you're satisfied with your piece. So here, I think it is much better with this dark one. So I think I will, yeah, it will go like this. I will glue that down. So I will just, yeah, you can use matte medium, but that takes some time to dry, so I will just use my glue stick and use a good amount. If there had been places on that paper here where there wasn't any paint, it would have been a really good idea to glue it down with gloss medium, because then the paper would be invisible or totally translucent. And I think that is nice sometimes to do it like this. So I will just burnish it down and be sure it is sitting there. I also have these two small pieces of some jelly prints on, I think it is tissue paper, and I think I would like to place them down here so it will overlap a little like this. I think that looks nice. And this piece here too. Yeah, give it a little more there. And I don't know about this here, there isn't much green here, and I have found this very dark piece here, and I don't know if it will look nice with a piece of that. Yeah, I think it does. I like that. So I'll just sometimes you can end up covering most of what you have been jelly printing, but you could say white jelly printed first, but yeah, that is just for inspiration, to have something to work from if you don't know what to do. Just make some lines, jelly printing on your paper, and go from there. So yeah, I think that is enough with this paper gluing. So, whoops, there's a little bit sitting there. I can remove that. So I think I want to do some black lines, and let me see here where I have this drawing code. Some lines there, and perhaps also here. To give it a little more definition. Like this. And smear it with your fingers if you like that. Yeah, I have so many things here on my table now, but the last thing I want to do is give it a little with my Caran d'Ache here. And see how that looks, and then I will take my water brush yeah, I think that looks nice. And about the blue, I don't think I have a blue I like. That is too blue. Yeah, perhaps this one is better. Let me see. Yeah, I don't like that blue. No, that is the wrong blue. But of course it gives it a little something. So it speaks to that color there. So yeah, I think I want to make this one more black. Like that. Yeah, and remember to brush that off before you take another color. And then there's all this down here, and that is, I think there's too much white peeking through, so this one could work. Yeah. Let me see here. I will work a little further on it. I think I'm nearly there. I have just given it some more colors some places, and now I'm making some, it looks like grasses or so, peeking up from here, from the bottom of the landscape. So but you can keep on going here. So I think it's too wet there, but yeah. Perhaps I can take this. So I think that is enough. So this is one way of making an abstract landscape. There are many other ways you can do it. So when it is dry, I will glue it in my book, and then I will take some close-ups and show it to you. I hope I have given you some inspiration or some tips and tricks to how I'm doing an abstract collage. You can use many different things for this. Use what you have and just start playing and work over it until you are satisfied with your piece. It is ended up quite colorful compared to when I started, but you can start much more colorful and put much more paint on your plate. If you're printing on watercolor paper, then you would have a more solid layer than I started out with. But I like these marks here in the paint, so I don't think it does anything. I quite like it. So let me just say thank you for watching this video, and I hope I see you again next Monday. So if you like what you have been seeing, please give my videos thumbs ups and consider subscribing my little Danish channel. But until next Monday, take care, be creative, and bye bye for now.